The world is indeed very amazing. Even at our advanced time, it is full of hidden treasures, like vast buried civilizations, as well as some extremely bleak, terrible terrain that we have yet to tame. And it turns out that there's places where the world has swallowed some strange things completely trapped in ice, but we're rediscovering a lot of those things owing to global warming. So watch this video to the end, because today we are going to talk about the 10 mysterious things found trapped in ice. Let's begin. Number 10. Fish lizards. Dinosaurs are awesome regardless of age. They simply are. That's why we can't imagine how exciting it would be to discover a large early Cretaceous era graveyard fully preserved in a Chilean glacier. A group of international experts discovered 46 full specimens of Ichthyosaurus fish lizards to the rest of us in Chile's Torres del Paine National Park. The remnants range from 100 million to 150 million years ago and contain soft tissues and embryos. There aren't little fish either. The biggest skeleton is more than 16 feet long. The researchers believe the fish lizards were buried in mud and later in the glacier by a massive accident, and that the entire group was likely trapped in an avalanche. Despite coexisting with all your favorite dinosaurs, the fish lizards went out first due to what scientists called a global oxygen shortage. Even fish lizards are not invincible. Number 9. Ancient species of plants. Siberia is one of the coldest areas on the planet. Scientists recently discovered various plant species previously unknown to man in the depths of permafrost. In 2012, it was reported that a squirrel tunneled a plant known as plasticine. What the squirrel didn't realize is that the ice age had arrived for him and the rest of the globe, and that he'd stay down there for much longer than he had anticipated. The depths to which the squirrel burrowed these plants were sufficient to operate as a freezer, storing these previously unknown plants for decades. The insights obtained by removing these plants from their frozen tundra can assist scientists in discovering evolutionary chains that link to the plants we know today. It may also aid in the discovery of previously undiscovered plants that existed before the Ice Age. Number 8. Rare jewels. On the Mont Blanc, a teenage French alpinist discovered rare Indian diamonds valued $333,000. It all started when two Indian Airways planes crashed, one in 1950 and the other in 1966, killing 117 people. More than 50 years after the plane crash, the guy discovered a little metal box encased in ice. It was studded with 100 of diamonds, rubies, emeralds, and sapphires. These diamonds were wrapped in sachets and labeled "Made in India," indicating that they belonged to someone involved in the airplane crashes of 1950 and 1966. The alpinist was so forthright that he descended from Mount Blanc with his findings and went directly to local police. More searches were conducted in the surrounding region in search of evidence that would disclose the true owner of the gems, but no evidence was discovered. Number 7. Grasshopper Glacier. There's nothing more breathtaking than the pristine beauty of a glacier. We're talking about one in Montana, and if you know anything about the history of the American Midwest and West, you'll remember that locusts and grasshoppers had a habit of destroying a lot of stuff. They also wrecked a whole glacier. This mile-long, half-mile-wide glacier outside of Cook City is known as Grasshopper Glacier because it is home to millions upon millions of grasshoppers. A 1914 investigation of grasshopper specimens proved they belonged to a species that had been extinct for nearly 200 years. According to the Montana Office of Tourism, they believe the ill-fated swarm was traveling over the mountains when it was trapped in a blizzard. They perished and were frozen into the glacier by years of blizzards. The Beartooth Mountain Grasshopper Glacier isn't the only spot where you may view frozen locusts. There's also Hopper Glacier, the second Grasshopper Glacier. Number 6. Iron Age artifacts. In 2015, Science Nordic reported on an unusual event caused by global warming. With the melting of Norway's glaciers, archaeologists are discovering items that Iron Age people discarded and couldn't be bothered to pick up. Upland County's mountains alone have yielded almost 2,000 artifacts, making it the Iron Age equivalent of the Las Vegas Strip. Because it was formerly a key road for our ancient ancestors, the region is rich in artifacts. Countless people traversed the slopes, shifting cattle and maintaining farms as the season changed. The majority of the items have been arrowheads and horseshoes. However, scientists have discovered mittens, and in 2011, Researchers from the University of Oslo and the Norwegian University of Science and Technology discovered a tunic dating from 230 AD to 390 AD. Even though it was wadded up and covered with similarly ancient horse dung, it nevertheless taught us a lot about ancient textile manufacture. It also indicates that people have never been concerned about littering. Number 5. Deadliest virus. The melting of ice caps is caused by global warming. The melting of the ice caps poses greater threats than we realize. The thawing of this ice is uncovering previously frozen viruses. A lethal virus was discovered a few hundred feet beneath the tundra of Siberia only a few years ago, and it was likely still alive. The virus is said to be over 30,000 years old, so there's no known cure for this. Because of its elongated size, when inspected, the virus was dubbed the Pathos virus. The virus is considered to be the largest in the world, but don't worry, the sickness will only harm amoebas and not people. While this isn't a direct issue, it doesn't rule out the possibility that bigger viruses that are dangerous to humans are waiting to be released from their ice chambers. Number 4. The woolly rhino. When you think of rhinos, you don't also think about them having hair. But when a young baby rhino named Sasha was discovered in Siberia, biologists were taken by surprise. Hunters trekking across Siberia in 2014 discovered the preserved prehistoric creature. The hunters initially mistook the carcass for a dead reindeer, but upon closer inspection they realized it resembled a rhinoceros. This made the decision to transfer the rhino's body and keep it till the season changed. The body was later moved to the Academy of Sciences. Sasha is one of a few woolly rhinos discovered in such superb condition. While not all of Sasha was found due to predators, the portion that was did offers scientists a wealth of information about the creature's past. Number 3. OTZI the Iceman. A mummy was discovered with the name OTZI the Iceman in 1991. He was discovered frozen in the OTZI Alps. According to the legend, the man dates back to 3000 BC. 2 visitors found the remains and alerted the police. Researchers rapidly recognized they had made a significant mistake after commencing evacuation of the remains. 7 of the person who helped unearth him died 13 years after the body was removed. According to reports, 4 of the deaths were caused by excessive violence, while the others died naturally. The OTZI the Iceman was reported to have been murdered brutally after being speared in the head with an arrow and then smashed in the skull numerous times with a rock. According to several legends, the Iceman wanted to avenge himself by cursing those who took him into this frozen burial. While the deaths are not coincidental, there's no indication that they are linked to OTZI's curse. Number 2. 25-million-year-old lake filled with life. In 2012, Russian scientists drilled through more than 2 miles of ice to find something unexpectedly hidden deep in the ice cape. The polar opposite of ice, Lake Vostok, is the continent's largest subglacial lake, which seems like an anomaly. Even stranger, the child team that drew samples from the lake discovered extraterrestrial life. Sort of according to the BBC, Lake Vostok had been fully isolated for millions of years, and when scientists investigated the samples, they discovered bacteria and were completely different from the microorganisms we're used to seeing. It seems like the beginning of a horror film about releasing a pandemic, but critics argue that the samples were contaminated by drilling fluids. According to New Scientist, the SUM crew drilled again in 2015, and the scientific community was still skeptical. They discovered another weird alien type of bacterium, and they still weren't done. In 2016, New Scientist reported the discovery of another lake buried beneath the Antarctic ice sheet, equally isolated, and with the potential to support life species unlike anything else on Earth. Number 1. Baby mammoth. This young mammoth was given the name Lyubi, and it was considered to be a gentle and compassionate mammoth while it was alive. Lyuba is said to have walked the world approximately 48,000 years ago. Its body was discovered in 2007, and the discovery was entirely by chance. A reindeer hunter discovered the mammoth's complete remains while out on a frozen peninsula in Russia. When the hunter discovered the bones, he realized it was a fantastic discovery and decided to seek assistance from a friend. The hunter's friend suggested contacting a museum director for further investigation into the remains. The hunter brought the specialist back to where he discovered the body, but when they arrived, Lyuba's body was gone. It was then discovered that the hunter's cousin opted to sell the bones for a profit. Experts tracked down the individual to whom the hunter's cousin sold it and discovered the bones to be as well preserved as the hunter has found them. The skin, trunk, and even the eyes of the mammoth remained completely intact. Their remains are currently on display at a museum near where they were discovered. This brings us to the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Which of these mysterious things fascinated you the most? Tell us in the comments. If you liked watching this video, click on the link given and check out this video as well. Before you leave, please subscribe to our channel for more content like this and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our new videos. Thanks for watching.